So this video lesson is just extra practice with solving multi-step equations. And so by two-step or multi-step equations, we mean something like 3x plus 6. So we're going to take a quick second to review how to solve these, what they mean in terms of the complexity of having a constant and a variable term, do a practice problem together, and then we'll give you 6 problems to work on your own to practice. So first, we have to remember that this equal sign represents that these two sides are the same. That as a whole, 3x plus 6 is the same as 9. If we were going to put that as two sort of boxes that are the same, or on two sides of the scales, we have 3x and a 6, and together they make a 9. So we have several things that we need to do in order to leave x alone by itself. One is we need to get rid of this 6 somehow, and the other is we need to get rid of the 3. Well, if we look here on the boxes, and we see that we have this extra 6 lying around, one of our first instincts may be to take that 6 away. If we take that 6 away from both boxes, we're sure that they're going to stay the same, and we're left with just 3. So one possible strategy, 3x plus 6 equals 9, is to take the 6 away first. That cancels and leaves you with 3x. 9 minus 6 is 3. After that, it's fairly easy to see that all we need to do then is divide by 3, and we are left with x is equal to 1. 3x divided by 3 is x. 3 divided by 3 is 1. The other strategy that we could use is to want to divide by 3 first. But what that means, draw a new box over here for 3x and 6. What that means is if we are dividing an entire set or an entire side by 3, that means that all of what we have in that box has to be split into 3 equal sets. That includes not only the 3x, but also the 6. They are both on that side of the equation. They are both in that box. They both need to be split into 3 in order for us to really split 3x plus 6 into 3 equal sets. So if we look at that from the equation standpoint, 3x plus 6 equals 9. If we divide one side, the 9, by 3, we must divide the entire other side, 3x plus 6 divided by 3. Now 3x divided by 3 is x. We also have 6 divided by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. And 9 divided by 3 is 3. Now that should make sense to you. Let's go to a new page here for a second, because if we have 3 x's and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this represents together 3x plus 6. And with 3x plus 6, we want to split it into 3 groups. Well, that means that if we have our 3 groups to split 3x plus 6 into, that means 1x is going to go into each of those 3 equal groups. But we also need to split the 1's, and the 1's split also into 3 equal groups. So that is why we need to split both 3x and 6 into 3. Subtract 2 from this equation. Get x is equal to 1. Let's look at one more equation that we're going to work on in both ways. 4x minus 5 equals negative 21. In this case, I don't recommend that you divide by the 4 first, because 5 divided by 4 and negative 21 divided by 4 are not particularly nice numbers to work with. However, you can if you would like. If we start by adding back the 5, 4x equals, now this is negative 21 plus 5. So on a number line, starting at 0, we have negative 21, and we're adding 5 to it. That means we're getting closer to 0 on the number line, which means the absolute value of our answer will be less than negative 21. If we are 21 units away from 0 on the number line, and we go 5 closer, we are left with 16 units, but it is negative because it's negative 21 plus 5. So 4x is negative 16. Alternatively, based on the addition rules, we have 2 numbers of different signs. Therefore, when we add them, we need to subtract their absolute values. Divide both sides by 4. X is equal to negative 4. So now, go ahead and pause the video and work on these 6 problems here. X over 4 minus 1 equals 5. 4x plus 12 equals negative 20. X over 5 plus 7 equals 12. Negative 5x minus 7 equals 8. X over negative 3 plus 12 equals 0. And negative 2x plus 73 equals 101. Pause the video, work on those, and then when you're ready, unpause the video and we'll go through the answers. So if we label these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across the top, 1, 2, 3, and then the bottom 4, 5, 6. For number 1, x over 4 minus 1 equals 5. Let's add the 1 in first and get x over 4 equals 6. Then we have to multiply by 4 on both sides, and we get x is equal to 24. For number 2, 4x plus 12 equals negative 20. We'll subtract the 12 out first. Get 4x is equal to negative 20 minus 12. Negative 20 plus negative 12 is negative 32. Divide by 4 and get x is equal to negative 8. For number 3, subtract the 7 out first. Get x divided by 5 is equal to 5. Multiply both sides by 5. On the left-hand side, we have x. On the right-hand side, we have 25. For number 4, negative 5x minus 7 equals 8. Add 7 back to both sides. Negative 5x is equal to 15. Divide both sides by negative 5. And we are left with, do it over here, x is equal to negative 3, because 15 divided by negative 5 is negative 3. From number 5, subtract 12 from both sides. Get x divided by negative 3 is equal to negative 12. Multiply both sides by negative 3. And we end up with x is equal to 36. And finally, for number 6, subtract 73 from both sides. Negative 2x is equal to 101 minus 73, which should give us 38. Divided by negative 2, and x is equal to negative 19. Again, you can do any of these problems by doing the multiplication or division first, but you may have to work with fractions and you may have to work with decimals. If you would like to avoid that until as late as possible, then use the addition or subtraction step first and then the multiplication or